Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am incredibly excited to be hanging out with you today because, honestly, we're going to completely rethink our everyday family nutrition. We're tackling something that impacts literally every single one of us. Whether you're trying to protect your heart, boost your kids' brain power, or just optimize your overall health, we're talking about omega-3s and nutrient-rich fish. Now, so many of us have been led to believe that eating healthy, especially when it comes to high-quality fats, means dropping a small fortune at the grocery store. Well, today, we're going to look at the data, break down the actual science, and uncover some amazing truths that will totally change the way you shop for groceries from here on out. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The Secret of Omega-3. For years, the wellness industry has painted a very specific picture of healthy eating, and it usually comes with a pretty premium price tag. But the real secret of omega-3? It is absolutely not a luxury nutrient. Sustainable, safe, and powerful protection for your body is so much closer and way more affordable than you might think. Let me ask you, when I say omega-3, what's the very first food that pops into your head? For most of us, it's salmon. We just picture those pricey pink fillets as the ultimate mandatory gold standard for health. But is it actually the absolute best source out there? The reality completely shatters that myth. According to nutritionist data, including some fascinating research from experts like Yang Sihan, common, super budget-friendly fish found in local Asian markets, like those in Thailand and Vietnam, actually outperform luxury salmon when it comes to omega-3 content. Yeah, you heard that right. You absolutely do not need to buy imported expensive fish to get top-tier nutrition. The absolute best sources might just be waiting for you right down the street at your neighborhood fish market.
Section 2. What are EPA and DHA?
Okay, so to understand why those local fish are so vastly superior, we kind of need to establish a baseline. What exactly is omega-3? Well, it's an essential unsaturated fatty acid. And the key word there is essential. That means our bodies cannot produce it on their own. We absolutely, positively must get it from our diets or through supplements. It's incredibly crucial for reducing triglycerides, nourishing the heart and blood vessels, fighting off bodily inflammation like arthritis, and protecting our brains and vision. Because we can't make it ourselves, choosing the right dietary sources isn't just a good idea, it's literally essential for our survival and longevity.
Digging into the Health 2.0 data, when we talk about omega-3, there are two crucial components that get talked about the most: EPA and DHA. Now, a lot of people see these letters slapped on the back of supplement bottles, but really don't quite understand the difference. While they're bundled together as omega-3s, they actually play completely different but beautifully complementary roles in our bodies.
Think of these two like a construction and maintenance crew for your body. It's a brilliant way to look at it. EPA acts as the cleaner. It's actively sweeping out your blood vessels, fighting inflammation, reducing the formation of plaque, and just improving your overall blood circulation. DHA, on the other hand, acts as the builder. It plays a foundational role in the physical structure of your brain and your retina. It is literally built right into your brain and eye cells. So the crucial takeaway here is understanding who benefits most from each. For our middle-aged and senior folks, or honestly anyone dealing with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or chronic inflammation, EPA, the cleaner, is going to be your best friend. It actively works to lower cholesterol and blood pressure. Meanwhile, DHA, the builder, is vital for improving memory, maintaining emotional stability, and protecting your eyes. DHA is just incredibly important for children whose brains are still developing, and let's be real, for anyone who spends long hours staring at electronic screens all day.
Section 3. The ultimate high omega-3 fish.
Now that we know what these nutrients are actually doing inside our bodies, let's rank the absolute best sources out there. Taking the gold medal, coming in at number 1 is mackerel. I know, that might surprise some of you. Mackerel actually has the highest omega-3 content. But what really makes it the undisputed champion is its size. Because mackerel are generally small to medium-sized sea fish that grow very, very quickly, they have a drastically lower risk of heavy metal accumulation compared to those huge predatory fish. Plus, it's rich in good fats, incredibly easy to cook, very affordable, and just perfect for a regular family dinner. Coming in a very close second, taking the silver medal, are sardines. Sardines are so frequently brushed off as just a cheap source of nutrition, but please don't let the word cheap fool you. The incredible advantage of sardines is that you can often eat the entire fish, from the meat right down to the soft cartilage and bones. Because of this, you aren't just getting an unbelievably high yield of omega-3 relative to its body weight, you are also getting a massive, massive boost of calcium and vitamin D. It's a total powerhouse. And taking the bronze medal, in third place, is salmon.
Now, hey, don't get me wrong, salmon is still a highly nutritious option. It is undeniably rich in omega-3 and vitamin D. But what the data clearly shows us is that it simply shouldn't be the first or only choice, especially when you start weighing the actual nutritional value against that super high grocery store cost. It's absolutely great to enjoy, but you really don't need to break the bank to get your essential fats.
I also want to take a quick second to highlight that if you just aren't a fan of fish, or maybe you follow a plant-based diet, you are absolutely not out of luck. You can get really high-quality omega-3s from plants and seeds. Walnuts, flaxseed, chia seeds, and soybeans are all fantastic, totally natural sources that you can easily just sprinkle into your morning oatmeal or blend right into a smoothie.
Section 4. Daily Requirements.
To make all this data highly actionable for you and your family, let's look at the exact targets you need to hit to reap all these incredible health benefits. For general adults who are just looking to protect their heart and blood vessels, you need about 250 to 500 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily. Now, if you are an adult with a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, medical experts suggest bumping that up to around 1,000 milligrams. For the little ones, preschoolers need about 100 to 200 milligrams of DHA for their rapidly developing brains and eyes, while school-age kids need about 200 to 250 milligrams to support learning and memory. It's really all about tailoring your intake to your specific life stage.
Section 5. How to maximize the benefits.
Listen, you can buy the absolute best fish in the world, but if you prepare it wrong, you might literally destroy the very nutrients you're trying to get. Nutritionists all agree that the absolute best way to get omega-3 is through natural food. For adults, eating deep-sea fish just 2 to 3 times a week is completely sufficient to hit your targets. But the cooking method is everything here. You want to use simple cooking methods to keep those delicate fatty acids intact. Steaming, stewing, or light pan frying with just a very small amount of oil are the best ways to preserve the nutritional value. Heavy deep frying, that can actually damage the omega-3s, which pretty much defeats the purpose entirely.
Now, while natural food is always best, I know we live in the real world. If your family's diet is falling short, supplements like fish oil are a totally valid option. But if you do go this route, you really must check the labels for those specific ratios of EPA and DHA we talked about to make sure they match your age group's needs. And listen, there is a very strict medical warning here. If you are someone who takes blood-thinning medications, you must consult your doctor before taking high-dose omega-3 supplements. It can actually increase the risk of abnormal bleeding. So safety first, always.
Well, we've covered the science behind EPA and DHA. We've broken down the daily requirements for the whole family, and we've revealed the really surprising truth about which fish actually hold the most nutritional value. Knowing everything you know now about mackerel and sardines completely outperforming salmon at a fraction of the cost, what fish are you going to buy at the market tomorrow? I challenge you to skip the luxury aisle this week and go find your own nutritional hidden treasure at the local market. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay healthy and keep learning.